Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with Match number 2 with Playing on a Budget. Yes, we'd like to play first. I can't keep this hand. Holy cow, is it good if I can actually draw a land? But it's too risky. Yeah, this is just, it's way too risky. I mean, I really want to keep this hand because it pretty much sets up and awesome. If I draw one land, I can cast everything. I got amazing Reverent Hunter, but I think I have to mulligan this. I want to be risky, but the right thing to do is mulligan this. And this is a better hand because I do have action. I'm not liking the 3 lands now with no 1-drop, but it definitely is you got to play the odds in Magic. And if I didn't draw a land in like 2 or 3 turns, which, you know, with a 21 card deck, I have about a little bit over a 30% chance to draw a land per turn. So statistically, I should get that in 3 turns, get at least a land. But, I mean, that's still bad odds to play. So that's why you mulligan the 1-land hand, especially on the play, because you're down a draw as well. So anyway, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. My opponent does not mulligan, so he has the upper hand here with 7 cards versus 6 cards. And I will go ahead and throw out this forest, and we'll have the Kalonian Tusker to come out next turn. So hopefully this isn't another deck that we just saw. It is getting very popular, and I think it might be. The Boros Guild Gates tend not to be played in the Angry Phoenix, so this could just be a bigger red. And what they call Big Boros, but I just don't want to get blown out by an Anger of the Gods here. So, but I am going to cast this in the Brushstrider. And they thought the little boar was gone. 3-1. So Burning-Tree Emissary into Brushstrider. Too bad I didn't have that last turn. So if I get angered here, okay, Boros Reckoner is going to be very problematic. I do believe the right thing here is just to throw out a Hunter, which is going to be very hard for him to deal with, and just swing in. And he just takes it. Why didn't he block that? Why in the world would you not block? Oh, was he playing around a giant growth maybe? I still don't understand why he didn't block there. So this is Big Boros, is what this deck is called. So he's going to be able to shrine for 1,000,000 mana. And wow, yeah, he's going to be able to unload his hand. So, whoa, ouch. That really hurts. So the only thing I can really attack with here is the Tusker. And I hate to do this because I'm down to 12 life. Because I really can't attack in with the Reverent Hunter due to Boros Reckoner. I got to try for an alpha swing. And hopefully he's just land flooded. But this is going to allow me to attack with both of the... Well, he can go first strike, double block. Because if I alpha swing here... Yeah, I still can't quite alpha swing. And I can't quite... Reverent Hunter, he just blocks the Boros Reckoner and does 7 damage to my face. So he can give his dude first strike block. Yeah, I hate to wait this out, but I think that is the right thing to do. Is to try to wait it out and just alpha strike next turn. If he is, for whatever reason, he is getting mana flooded. Which may be the case. So I'm definitely going to go for it here. Nothing evolves. Again, if he's got any sort of... Do I wait one more turn for even bigger alpha strike with the Deadbridge Goliath? Because I can't survive the backswing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'd just take 5. So what we are going to do... I mean, I could attack with all the 3/3s here. He blocks. The 7/7 is very, very risky, of course, because another one is dead to another Fanatic Amogus if he has it. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage the Fanatic Amogus does. He gives this guy first strike, kills it, but the other ones get through, and then if I attack with the Brushstrider, he blocks there. So, and he's still down to a 1. And that survives, that survives. These all die, and I'm staring down. And he'll kill whatever else with the... No, Boros Reckoner will survive. So I'm thinking about just attacking with all the 3/3s. He'll block the Witchstalker, but I should be able to get in. Yeah, it's definitely good, the right move to attack him with the 3/3s. Because it's kind of pointless attacking with the rest of them. Or maybe I attack with everything but the Reverent Hunter. Yeah, I'm going to attack him with these 3. And see how he decides to block. I don't think at this moment he wants to give up his Boros Reckoner. It is the source of a lot of his mana with the Shrine. He's going to go with the Witchstalker. He's going to go with the Fanatic. And he's going to allow his Boros Reckoner. He's not going to get first strike. Yes, he's going to get first strike. So he does take 3 here. Loses a dude. I lose 2 guys, but I'm definitely okay with that because it's going to allow me another large Alpha Strike where I only have to get in for 3. But that was a very smart block on his part because he doesn't kill his Devotion. He still can block everything but 1 damage. Yeah, okay. So not like in the forest, if I attack with everything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into a 1, 2, 3. If I attack with the Reverent Hunter, he just blocks the Boros Reckoner, deals damage to my face, and then chews me up there. If I attack with everything, he just lets a Burning-Tree Emissary go through, and I die. Yeah, that forest was very problematic. The Stormbreath Dragon, of course, is very problematic too. I needed to hit a creature there and needed him to whiff. But it's more likely... Wow. Now that's pretty scary. Very risky of him to do it this way. I have to draw into an Enlarge here. Or it's game. Dryad Militant's not going to do it. So, I mean, I have to tack in here with everything. If this would have been a last turn, if I would have drawn that Dryad Militant, I would have been fine. Yep. And so, yeah, I couldn't wait another turn because there's no way I can block it. And he just goes down to a 1. And, yep, I die. So, anyway, close though. Close. And that was about as god of a god draw that the big Boros could do. These Slaughterhorn and these Ranger Guiles are actually tempting to put in. Usually versus red deck wins, I don't mind him using early burn against my weaker stuff. Enlarge is amazing in this matchup. I'm thinking that the correct play for the Disciple is probably the Boon Stalkers. Because they die to Shocks quite easily and to the Ash Zealots. So they're not nearly as good. Another good one might be Rubblebelt Raider, and I could actually make the argument for the Slaughterhorns. As, oops, a Ranger's Guile got stuck in here somehow. I'm going to put in a 1 of Slaughterhorn, and Yeah, that makes up for our 1-drops. The Reverend Hunters, of course, are still going to be great. The Witchstalkers are amazing. Deadbridge Goliath is great, too. And I might actually go down and... No, I still want the Enlarges, because I think the Enlarges are key to winning this matchup. So yes, we'd like to play first. And again, the mulligans are hurting here. I don't think I can mulligan this. I'm not going to mulligan, even though I don't have a first turn play. Maybe this is a mulligan. But I mean, if you take away this forest, this is a keepable 6-hand land. It's not a bad 6-land hand. So let's just hope for some luck here. To draw a Brushstrider would be the best draw that I can imagine next turn. Or maybe even another, or a Sage, either Sage, a Brushstrider, a Tusker would be fine. But I really need to draw out of this. But it seems like he's definitely thinking about his hand. He decides to keep it. Yeah, Temple of Triumph is great to have. Oh, that is terrible. We are going to play this Burning-Tree Emissary, and unfortunately not have anything, though. And the Ash Zealot, he's going to try to race me, which is definitely fine with me. I hope he does not have a Boros Reckoner. That was a great, great draw. But the race is definitely on. We get a Witchstalker here. So no Boros Reckoner and we're golden. Oh, but there is the Boros Reckoner. So I do believe Senior Witchstalker comes out. He takes it. And I'm going to go for the Deadbridge Goliath. And a Shrine is horrible for us. Hammer's not too bad, but I mean the haste is great. So there's Enlarge. Wow, that is certainly a thing. And I mean, I could just go for it next turn rather than this turn. So I'm actually going to Reverent Hunter, which makes it an 8/8. This way he's going to have to block the Deadbridge Goliath, yeah, and do he's going to first strike here, but that's definitely okay with me. I get in there for the 3 damage. And I'm thinking that will be game next turn, as I'll be able to enlarge a Witchstalker. Especially if he goes crazy here with something. I mean, he could... Assembled Legion is I don't know why he'd bring in a card like Assembled Legion versus me. It's a terrible, terrible card to bring in. Unless he is going some sort of Perforos combo. But Enlarge on the Witchstalker should be game here, because that puts him up to a 10/10. And he's got to block and block. Or just Enlarge, actually. Just Enlarge on the Hunter is fine. Because he can only block a total of 5 damage. Yep. And this is exactly why I put this card in here. It's got Trample. And there we go. All right, so we're on to the Grudge match. I still don't think I need to bring in Fade into the Antiquity. I mean, it could, because that is Hammers I can get rid of. Hammers, Perforos, and Assembled Legion, which are all threats. But I think I want to be more threatening than he is. And actually, Slaughterhorns seem very good in this matchup, because I can wait till he tries to burn out one of my dudes. And then I can save it with the Slaughterhorn. So I am going to bring those in. So, I mean, Reverent Hunter just seems too powerful. Witchstalker seems too powerful. Deadbridge Goliath might be the obvious choice since we brought in the Nylea's Disciples. It is fighting for that slot. And maybe the Disciples aren't necessary. We're gonna go without the Disciples. I don't think that Stabilizing in Life is good against red deck wins, but against Big Boros, I don't think it's as important. So the Deadbridges are going to stay in. I'm gonna call this good. And again, Boon Satyr is tempting, but I don't think we need it. So again, though, this is close. I got him down to a 1 the first match, and then beat him pretty easily the second match. I'm going to have to mulligan again this time. This is terrible hand. And I'm going to keep... I can't keep... Well, I'm going to keep this just in the case that somehow a Dryad Militant can get me there. This is a horrible hand again. I can't go down to 5. I cannot beat a red deck or a big Boros going down to 5. So get a little bit of unfortunate luck here. And our opponent hasn't had to mulligan yet either. So, but if anything can get me here, it is the Dryad Militant attack. Make him try to shock it, Slaughterhorn it. I mean, that is the best line of play I can think. But you can't go down to 5 cards. I just got to pray for lands. And that's not a land. And if he Zealots here, that's fine. Okay, so... Alright, sweet. So that actually pays off. We kill a Zealot, which is very important for this match because of the devotion. But a Reckoner could come out here, and we'll do the same thing. I just don't want to get 2 for 1. That is unfortunate again. And he's going to wisely take it this time. And I am going to experiment 1. If we can get a Tusker out, we're back in this game. We have to go runner, though, is the thing. So I think he's got another Reckoner in his hand. That's why he's attacking with this one. And if that's the case, yeah, it's extremely good luck on his part. So I could go for a Tusker. Could end up getting just 2 for 1 here if I Slaughterhorn. But devotion is so important in this matchup. Yeah, too bad these don't get +3/+3. Then he'd have some bad options here. I think it's just in his best interest to try to... Yeah, we'll do it. So he is going to be able to kill the Dryad Militant. But again, we are getting in that... We're getting rid of those devotion, which is very important in this deck, again. Especially now the Shrine. The Shrine is only adding... It's not adding any mana. It's paying for itself at the moment. Well, no, now it's not. So Stormbreath Dragon to come out? A Perforos. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. But I still think that we had the better trades. Now we're getting the lands, which I do believe Witchstalker can come out. At least it can block a Burning Tree. But at this point, he can just add so much value. Especially the Stormbreath Dragon. Yeah, that's pretty much game. If we didn't have to mulligan, I really think that this could have been a winnable match. But there's nothing I can do here. We're going to concede it. Pretty much a god draw there as well. You can't really... Yeah, you can't really fault losing to that draw. So it is what it is. I think this deck still can hold its own pretty well against big Boros. Again, if we would have had like this hand, for example, if we had one more land here, this land would have been able to be very aggressive. First turn Dryad Militant, into second turn Sage, and his Kalonian Tusker into Reverent Hunter, and then hopefully into Enlarge and still. But I mean, this guy had... That is the gaudiest of god draws right there. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.